Hey guys, it's Eric. This is not a live stream. This is a video just for YouTube. I'm beginning a tournament today. It's the St. Louis Norm Congress. I have the webpage here. If people want to check it out, it's uschesschamps.com. We'll click on Norm Congress, and all the players and the pairings have been determined. They were actually posted a few weeks ago. So if we go to pairings, I'm playing in the IM section. And in just a few hours, I'll be playing FM Aaron Jacobson, someone I've never played before, but someone I've been preparing for the last few weeks. So I think what I'll do in this video is share a little bit of my preparation, and I won't be posting this video until after the tournament ends, most likely. And I'm planning to do a series of videos of both preparing for opponents and then the post-game recap. So hopefully this will be interesting for viewers, and it'll be interesting for me too. Never actually really done something quite like this, especially during a tournament. So I have a PGN file of my my prep for various opponents. This is not complete, so as the tournament goes on, I'll be probably recording myself making some of these prep files, which I have here. But we're going to open up prep for Aaron, and I've already determined kind of the line that I want to aim for. Maybe I can show if we go back to the other view. There's a website that I use called chessabc.com. It's a relatively new site, I believe, and it's something which is just a great tool for preparation, especially against high-level players. So what I did initially was I typed in my opponent's name, Jacobson, if I can type correctly, and then Aaron actually has a brother, Brandon, who's also playing in the tournament, but the other section, so won't have to worry about Brandon. And the great thing about the site is you can not only access players' games in the database, but you can basically view their opening tree. So if I click Prepare Against Black, I can see like all the moves he's encountered in tournament play in recent years. And I've determined that I want to play c4. And the reason for this is that against d4, he's actually a Nimzo player, from what I saw after e6, knight c3. He had one game in the Nimzo in 2018, so this is kind of what I'm basing my preparation off of. And I don't want to allow specifically a Nimzo Indian, so by starting with c4, if he tries to get a Nimzo, let's say e6, knight c3, and let's say he plays knight f6 here, I'll play e4, and it's a completely different variation, known as the Flohr-Mikenas variation. So if we switch back to ChessBase, I already have basically my prep mapped out. So I think this video will just be like going through the prep, maybe adding some things, just doing a quick overview. The game does start in just over 3 hours, so I want to just relax beforehand, probably take a run or a walk just around outside, get some fresh air. I think that might be more valuable than just cramming lines into my mind right before. Anyway, e6 or c4, move one. I'm most expecting e6. I also found his chess.com account, so I was looking at some of his chess.com games. He's capable of playing a lot of things. e5 is a possibility. If he does play e5, I'm going to play e3, which is a move I've actually never played before, but it's an attempt to perhaps get him out of his comfort zone. And I'm a Taimanov Sicilian player as black, so this is essentially Taimanov up a tempo. If he were to play most naturally, I play naturally, and then there's a few lines here. There's bishop b4, I play 92, c6, a3. It's a possible variation, probably bishop c7, bishop b2, solid position, nothing to complain about. I would not imagine he'd play d5. It's just down a tempo in a variation which I like to play as black. So I guess a move is c6 here, but then I would play d4, and if takes, I'd probably take with queen. And it's a reverse Alapin up a tempo. So I don't think there's much to look at further, and I don't think this is most likely anyway, so we'll focus on e6. Knight c3, and now I would imagine he'll play d5. I mean, if he plays knight f6 and goes into the Flohr-Mikenas, I'll be relatively happy. d5, takes, e5. This is all main line, and d4. And there's a game that I'm following between Nakamura and Wesley So from the 2015 Millionaire Open. It was a very nice game. Nakamura just crushed So after knight c6, bishop b5. Should note, knight c6 is probably not the most popular move. There's also bishop to b4 here. Bishop b4, queen a4 check, and bishop b5. It's a nice variation. And then, yeah, taking on c3 doesn't really quite work out for black, because there's pressure on c6. If bishop d7, I did not add this move to my file earlier. I did not check this with Stockfish, so see if I can come up with the right move here. I'd assume just bishop takes c6. And bishop takes c3, b takes c3, bishop takes c6, queen c2. Or maybe just knight e2. Probably just knight e2 here. Very solid, defend everything. Yeah, Stockfish, knight e2. Yeah, knight g2. And the Stockfish gives like plus equals. Or is it plus equal? Plus equal. Okay, so takes, bishop e7, castle. Yeah, like later on, there's ideas of like knight g3, f4, f5. This is actually what kind of happened in the Naka-So game. If we go after knight c6, still bishop b5. So I guess this could transpose. Yeah, let me say transposes to main line. Okay, bishop e7 was played. And then, yeah, I really like the way Naka played this. It's like very simple developing. And black had to do something, played knight a5. And then, yeah, starting with knight takes e4, I think a lot of things came with tempo. Yeah, bishop d3 was slightly surprising, but okay, it makes sense, because after you get the structure, f-pawn gets rolling. I'm a little bit curious if black plays f6 here. And sometimes this is what I like to do in preparation, like play a move that I haven't analyzed and try and figure out myself, and then check Stockfish. So f6. And there's f4. There's also just taking right away. Knight g3. So knight takes e4, bishop takes e4, knight g3, f takes e5. Takes e4, takes d4. Oh, it's a little bit messy. Maybe just takes d4, bishop takes e4, f3. Bishop moves back, f4. Bishop moves back to e4, knight g3, f5. Alright, let's check Stockfish. I would probably take and play f3. I don't spend too much time on this. Okay, so it likes knight takes e4. And then f3's up there. f3, bishop g6. So likes rook c1. Okay, Stockfish is already giving a pretty nice plus for whites. At this point, it's just about playing something where the idea is like very clear. So I'm looking at the line f3, bishop f5, f4. Yeah, I like this. f3, bishop f5, f4. We're ready to take on c6 and play rook c1. Also knight g3 ideas. Looks very pleasant for white. If takes, we take with d pawn. Because this is a target. This is potential square. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to show like the full Nakamura So game. But if people want to check it out, just Google Nakamura So 2015. Shouldn't be too hard to find this game. Because I am kind of on some time constraint. And again, I don't think Flohr-Mikenas is the most likely. I think we're most likely to get this position after move 2. I'll play d4, so we go into Queen's Gambit declined. And then, yeah, let me go back actually to this, because I forget if he's had, so he had this position, so d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3. So he's played d5 once. This was back in 2015. And they went into one of these lines. Maybe I should look at... Let's take a quick glance at a6 on move 3. Because this is something which has been trendy lately, which he might try and use as a surprise. But I'll stay focused on knight f6. So I've done some preparation here. I'm planning to go into Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation after taking on d5. Expecting e takes d5, bishop g5, c6, e3. And now one of the main lines is bishop f5, which he's capable of playing. I think I saw like 1 or 2 chess.com games in. I think he's most likely to play bishop e7, which is why I have kind of this as a main line. I wrote to do earlier because I didn't add more analysis after this. But okay, this is main line, at least for him. If we just touch on bishop f5, this is a line I play as black, so I have some experience with these positions. Queen f3, bishop g6, takes. And we get this queenless middle game. Black has a bishop pair, but also has a damaged pawn structure. And there's a nice, really nice game between Carlsen and Kramnik from, I think it was 2016, where Carlsen just completely wiped Kramnik off the board. And started with knight f3, and I'm actually going to put it in training mode. Oh no, wait, what? Is this a new feature in ChessBase? This is a new feature in ChessBase I've never seen before. Okay, well, I guess... I don't know what this diagram signifies. I guess I have to make the move and it will continue making moves. After knight d7, I believe knight h4 is a move. Yeah, bishop e7 is what Kramnik played. And then Carlsen played this very interesting move, knight d2, I want to say. So, I'm in a situation where I have to play like Carlsen. The idea with knight d2 is to go to g3 and then to f5. But do I play it right away? I think I do. I'm not worried about bishop b4. Like bishop b4, king d1. And then, yeah, I looked at this a few days ago. I know I'm supposed to sack the pawn. I think... Oh yeah, the move is actually very nice here. Knight f5. Knight f5. Knight takes b2, and then king c2. If knight a4, king b3. If knight c4, takes, and rook. Either rook to b1 should be good. So knight gf5, king d7, yeah. Is it king c2 here? Okay, this is where I'm not actually sure. Could be b3. King c2. But then there's issues on the c file. Remember, Carlsen made it look so easy. Oh, maybe it's just rook b1. Yeah, rook b1 was like such a simple move. Is it g4 or bishop d3? Probably bishop d3. And now g4. Yeah, g4 has a nice multi-purpose idea. Reinforcing the knight and preparing knight g2. Wait, what? Oh, it's king e2. Okay, I'm gonna go out of this mode because that was weird. I remembered I think the most important things. So why not g4 right away? Stockfish. I mean, I'm not seeing anything like so concrete. So for some reason it likes king e2 more. Oh, maybe because like in some cases wants to play g3. Okay, king e2. Bishop f8. g4 now. Okay. Yeah, this is a very nice, nice flow for white. Yeah, again, if you guys want to see the full game, just Google it. Carlsen Kramnik, Queen's Gambit Exchange, or Queen's Gambit Declined Exchange 2016, or just Stavanger 2016. So, one more variation is bishop e7. And it's hard to like calculate to say the exact likelihood of each variation happening, but based on what I saw, at least chess.com and his tournament games, I think this is most likely. Bishop d3. So we go into one of these kind of standard structures. I would play knight f3. And then, very important move here to play h3. And again, this is something I play as black. And this line h3 has kind of given me the most headaches, with the idea that black wants to play knight g6 and prevent bishop f4, and then try and win the bishop pair. But here, white can play bishop f4 right away, just preserving the bishop. And then, like, even though these knights look nice, they're used as kind of fuel for white's eventual pawn storm. White ends up castling queenside, and then storming on the king side, gaining tempo on the knights. So the main line here is bishop d6, takes, castling, and then it turns into a very sharp game. I did paste in a couple like example games. One with Dreyev. Dreyev was actually the person who I learned this from, just by looking through his games many years ago. This h3 idea. Yeah, and he made this game seem very easy, at least to attack. At some point, I think he let the advantage slip. But okay, this is just a crushing position. If we go back... So I'm not really scared of getting into this. I think the position is it's comfortable to play. So I want to look at maybe one line... Maybe 94 here. I think I looked at 94. Okay, it scores very well for white. Bishop takes e4. D takes e4. Oh. Wait, is this... Oh, this is Carlsen von Whaley. Oh, this is a line that I've played in the past as black. I forgot this comes from this exact variation. My game is probably in here somewhere. Yeah, there I am. I somehow won even though I was losing. Yeah, 94 I should look at. I don't think he's like so booked up to play something like this, but it's perhaps a dangerous move. I remember looking at it and finding like all these interesting ideas for black. I mean, maybe I just play bishop f4. It's a pawn sacrifice. It's an amazing game, von Whaley Carlsen, where Carlsen won as black. So the engine does not like grabbing the pawn. Interesting. It likes taking and castling. That seems so timid. But let's look into it. Because again, I just want something simple. Castling. So I guess I have ideas of taking e4. Okay, computer changed its mind. Let's look at bishop f4. Kind of like bishop f4. Oh, are there ideas of knight takes d5 here? And black probably won't allow it. Wait, f5, knight takes d5? So he takes... Oh, there's bishop e4 check and the queen escapes. Never mind. Let's close this. And let's promote this. So let's look at knight df6. Actually, let's reopen Stockfish. Just get some quick recommendation. Castling. I would imagine bishop d6 at some point. Knight e2. Interesting. Yeah, very positional. Bishop e6. I mean, at some point, white wants to go for some minority attack. I mean, I'd be okay playing this. Here says equal. Rook fe1. Let's look at knight e5 too. Scores well for white. Very confusing position. Most people play g6 or queen. Let's look at queen c7. Knight e2 threatening f3. It looks like. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because this is not a likely variation. If I get to this position, bishop f4, I think I'll just play bishop f4. Let's look at f5. Stay solid. Yeah, castling looks very solid. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I think I actually covered like most of the prep file. Yeah, I'm not like 100% sure what exact line to expect, but I think I've covered the bases. Looked at English with e5, looked at Queen's Gambit declined, exchange variation, looked at the Flohr-Mikenas. So I'm gonna wrap things up here. Hopefully people found this interesting. I mean, this is kind of the process I take in preparing for people. at least reviewing a preparation file. For later games, if I do have the time beforehand, I'll hopefully get a chance to record myself making the initial file and doing more of going through their tournament games and online games. So, okay, the round starts in 2 hours and 49 minutes. I'm going to take a walk, and I'll see you guys in the future. Goodbye. Oh, also look at the video description. I'll have links to all the stuff. All right, bye.